Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Hakadash. The one is to Apostle GMS. Salutations to you, I can push his word with truth and sincerely. And today I'm going to get into this topic basically on this channel from CBN News. How govern I think how a governor or government could use RFID chips when millions of Americans inject COVID-19 vaccine. We know where this is going, but I'm gonna play the video, and from there we're gonna get scriptures.
Public health officials warned that when a coronavirus vaccine is ready, the next hurdle is how to get that vaccine out to the public quickly and in massive numbers. Joining me now is Jay Walker. He's the CEO of Appiject, a company that entered into a $138 million deal with the Trump administration called Project Jumpstart. Welcome, Mr. Walker.
Glad to be here, Lori.
So what is Project Jumpstart?
Well, Project Jumpstart is an emergency and temporary program in the battle against COVID-19. It's a public-private partnership between my company, Appiject Systems of America, and the Department of Health and Human Services and the Department of Defense. And its purpose is to ensure that by year end, we'll have at least 100 million doses ready to inject of a vaccine or therapeutic, assuming one is available.
And now you are going to be making these pre-filled syringes for the vaccines. What's the problem with glass vial systems of manufacturing and delivering vaccines?
Well, there's no problem with glass vials. They work wonderfully, except when you need hundreds of millions of them all at once. The supply chain for glass vials requires not only that you have all of those vials and all the materials that go with it, but it requires that you have extremely specialized filling equipment to fill all those vials. All of that equipment is currently busy. It works on cancer drugs and other life-saving drugs. There is no excess capacity to fill 100 million, 150 million or more with a new vaccine. Therefore, the U.S. government has stepped out and said, we'll need to use another way to make sure that that vaccine can be delivered to people who want it.
So how exactly does Appiject work?
Well, if you've ever used an eyedropper where you in your eye take a little squeeze bottle, that technology is called blow, fill, seal. And that is exactly the same technology we're using. There are eyedropper facilities in the U.S., not many, but a few, that we are going to upgrade so they can handle vaccines. Then what will happen is those facilities will make the containers right here that will hold the vaccine. We will add a needle hub to them, and voila, you have a pre-filled syringe that's ready to use.
So where will they be manufactured, and what is significant about that now and going forward?
Well, we haven't announced yet which of the facilities in the U.S. will receive the upgrades. We're in discussions with all of the major U.S. manufacturers, but there are not many that do this on U.S. soil. What's going to happen is we'll choose one or two of those facilities in the next few weeks, and then we will begin to install all kinds of upgraded equipment that will all be approved by the FDA. Eventually, what we're going to do starting next year is build entire new factories capable of doing up to 330 million doses every month so that the entire U.S. population can be filled and finished from these brand new factories that we're building on U.S. soil.
How does the optional RFID chip work?
Well, each of these devices that are injection have the capacity to also have a small chip. What that
Now I'm gonna get a scripture on, because as you listening to these damn Edomites, you can't trust them, man. Even the scripture says not to trust them. And we know that that chip, the RFID chip, is the mark of the beast, man. here we go. This is Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right. Look at the past for these these Israelites trusting in these damn heathens, man. Edomites. You can't trust him. It says his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. He he's always up to no good, man. Now we know what they're gonna try to chip these people, man, like they want. Right now they're saying optional, and we know they're gonna say it's gonna be mandatory, man. But let me click back to that video. Let's see. I think it was this one. Yeah.
That chip does is it has the unique serial number for each dose. It is designed so that there is no counterfeiting. It's designed so that we'll know exactly that the right dose hasn't expired. However, that chip only refers to the dose. There's no personal information, no patient information. It's simply like a barcode, only we know instantaneously where and when that dose has been used. That also helps public health officials know when there are outbreaks, have we vaccinated enough people in those areas? That technology is purely optional, however, and the U.S. government has.
This is bullshit, man. Now, let's look at a few comments of this. Alright, it says absolutely not. Never trust any chip. No, no, never. We don't want it. We didn't vote for the people pushing this agenda on the world. If this isn't the mark of the beast, then it's a direct precursor to it. Ain't no way I'm taking it. Just go ahead and behead me. Look at these comments, man. Do not want this, period. Do not trust any of them. Right? You can't trust these Edomites, man. Casey's probably a damn Edomite too. He sure is awful happy to talk about this. Must be all the money he's making on doing the devil's work. Right, now let's go back to. It's funny when this person obviously knows something, the mark of the beast, then it's a direct persecutor to it. Ain't no way I'm taking it. They just go ahead and behead me. And a lot of people that are saying this, they will probably take it, and some of them will just reject it, man. And like this person said, go ahead and behead me. Now that's scripture right there, even the mark of the beast. Now let's get that. Revelations 13 and yeah, 13 and 16. This Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free, and bound to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Which they're trying to push it with the vaccines. Which a lot of people are saying that this COVID-19 was all a false flag, man. Just a false flag that so they could vaccinate these people and chip them. It's all part of the agenda, the New World Order. And mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now that person said barcode. He said that it will not have no personal information there, but you can't trust these devils, man. Look at look at their past history. And they're trying to be like God, where they can't be him, man. They're trying, and if you take that chip, man, it's gonna be a death sentence. Cause I know not this chapter, but I think the next chapter. I think it was verse Um, yep, verse 9. Revelations 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. Right, so it doesn't say if you take that chip and you regret it and take it off that the Lord will forgive you. Not the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God. So you know whatever, you're gonna get a horrible judgment if you take that RFID chip, man, that mark of the beast, which Yahweh Bashim Yahshua said not to take. Because if you take that chip, you're saying that Esau is my God. You're accepting him as your God. And you're basically telling the Lord that the hell with him. That's what you're saying. Because he specifically said not to take it. And your hands, your forehead, your body, man, it doesn't matter. Let me see. Click back to whatever this devil god is saying.
Hasn't even decided if they're going to use it.
How quickly can you manufacture the vaccines, and what's your long-term goal?
Well, we don't make vaccines, Lori. Drug companies make the vaccines. They then ship them to us for the packaging. So our long-term goal is to make sure that no matter what vaccine wins or what vaccines and what therapeutics are available, America can fill and finish in these pre-filled syringes as many of the drugs as we need for U.S. citizens and eventually to have excess to export worldwide. Our goal is to make sure that on American soil, we have everything we need to protect America.
When do you think you might?
Bullshit, man. To protect America. Hey, Esau's funny, man. But these damn devils are about to chip. And a lot of these people are going to take it willingly, man. Ain't going to be surprised about that, man. A lot of these people are going to believe these damn devils and take that chip and fall right into their plan, man. But we got to stay strong and not take that chip, man. Like what the person said, go and behead me. But we know the Lord's going to have our back. And all we got to do is be faithful unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshua to death, man. The Lord will take care of us, man. It says, my servant shall eat. But you should be hungry. The Lord's going to protect the men of the Lord, man. We don't know how it's going to happen, but we know that the Lord's going to protect his men. It talks about it in the scriptures, man. Yeah, we're going to go through some tribulations, you know, but the Lord's still going to have our backs as long as we're doing what we're doing, trusting in him, and definitely not taking that RFID. Oh, Slakia. Definitely do not take that RFID chip, man. But you know, with that, hopefully this video was edifying. You know, hopefully, man, we're living in some beautiful times. That's all I can say, man. But with that, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Hakadash, the one is to Apostle GMS. Salutations to y'all, can pushing this word with truth and sincerely. Till next time, Shalom.